U.S. Army Colonel Jack Jacobs, recipient of the Medal of Honor. Place of action: Quien Phan Province, Vietnam. On March 9, 1968, then Lieutenant Jacobs of the 9th Infantry Division, with the 2nd Battalion, was advancing to contact when it came under intense heavy machine gun and mortar fire from a Viet Cong battalion positioned in well-fortified bunkers. As the 2nd Battalion deployed into attack formation, its advance was halted by devastating fire. Lieutenant Jacobs, with the command element of the lead company, called for and directed air strikes on the enemy positions to facilitate a renewed attack. Due to the intensity of the enemy fire and heavy casualties to the command group, including the company commander, the attack was halted and the friendly troops became disorganized. Although wounded by mortar fragments, Lieutenant Jacobs assumed command of the Allied company, and ordered a withdrawal from the exposed position. He then quickly placed his men in a defensive perimeter. Despite profuse bleeding from head wounds which impaired his vision, Lieutenant Jacobs, with complete disregard for his safety, returned under intense fire to evacuate a seriously wounded advisor to the safety of a wooded area where he administered life-saving first aid. He then returned through heavy automatic weapons fire to evacuate the wounded company commander. Lieutenant Jacobs made repeated trips across the fire-swept open rice paddies evacuating wounded and their weapons. On 3 separate occasions, Lieutenant Jacobs contacted and drove off Viet Cong squads who were searching for Allied wounded and weapons, single-handedly killing 3 and wounding several others. His gallant actions and extraordinary heroism saved the lives of 1 U.S. advisor and 13 Allied soldiers. Through his effort, the Allied company was restored to an effective fighting unit and prevented defeat of the friendly forces by a strong and determined enemy. In addition to the Medal of Honor, Jacobs received 2 Silver Stars, 3 Bronze Star Medals, and 2 Purple Hearts in Vietnam. In his memoir, Jacobs recounts that he had to use subterfuge to return to a combat role in Vietnam after being awarded the Medal of Honor, as the military was unwilling to assign Medal of Honor recipients to combat roles. Jack Jacobs retired from the Army in 1987 as a colonel. God bless Colonel Jacobs and God bless our vets.